Hey everyone, it's Claire Barton here, and on today's blog, I want to talk about mapping your ideal client journey. So it's a really interesting process to go through, and when you're first starting out, you might not necessarily have to do this in so much detail, but once you've been in business for a little while and you've got a few things going on, you've got a few offers and a few opt-ins and that sort of thing, it's really important to understand exactly what process or what journey you want your ideal clients and your tribe to go through. I see a lot of people going and starting building things like onboarding sequences, or they go and build a course, or they build lots of these kind of little mini funnels or things kind of all over the place that don't quite fit together and aren't creating a cohesive and clear and obvious pathway for your clients to take. It's fine to start with. You definitely don't need to have this all mapped out from the word go, but at some point your business will get to be mature enough where you actually need to help your clients follow a bit of a journey. So when I talk about client journey and your map and that sort of thing, it can be it includes everything. It includes every impression point that they might have with you. And this is where your content becomes really important, your core message becomes really important, and at some point down the track, automation and having some really beautiful systems to support you to be able to deliver this is really important as well. So some of the impression points that you will have in your business can include, but not limited to, where you're showing up on social media. So every time you post on social media, whether that is on your Facebook page as a post, it might be a Facebook Live, it might be answering someone's question in a group, it might be showing up in a group, it might be having your own group, it could be a lot of different things. It could be on Instagram or Pinterest or Twitter or wherever you're kind of hanging out. So it's all of those little things. It could be a message. So if someone comes to your page and they send you a message, what happens next? Or if you send them a message, or you send them an email, or they're on your emailing list and you're sending them regular or irregular emails, whether it's to do with something that they have purchased or signed up for, or they're just on your generic emailing list. If they come along to a webinar, it's when they are interacting with you in the webinar. It's when they come to your website and they can see your face and read about what you do and how they can work with you and that sort of thing. They might see you at a speaking gig. They might hear you on a podcast. They might see you on a YouTube channel. There's so many different places where people can have these little interactions with you. Some of them are passive and some of them are a conversation, and that's totally cool. A mixture of those is fantastic. They say that, we all know in first impressions, when you meet someone in person, you can pretty much tell fairly quickly, fairly straight up, if they're your sort of a person, if they want to take the relationship any further, i.e. maybe work with you one day, or if you're not really their gig, and that's fine as well, right? But in the online world, they say it takes over 100 impression points for someone to be able to make that entire picture and to be able to make the decision about whether they want to work with you or not. So you can see, that sounds a bit overwhelming, right? Having 100 different impression points before someone can make that decision. I think things like doing video blogs or Facebook Lives or webinars where people can actually see you, see your face, hear your voice, hear the excitement or the passion in your voice when you talk about something, see your hand gestures, all that sort of thing. That really expedites it because it is a little bit more personal and people can really quickly get an idea of who you are and what you do and what you like and that sort of thing. But it still does take more than just a first impression if you're meeting someone in person. So there's a couple of things that you need to be really mindful of when you are interacting in the online world and when you are putting things out. And the first thing is consistency. In fact, it's the only thing. So consistency is a really big thing. And we all know this. It's really the only thing that kind of gets us anywhere in business. And it's consistently showing up. It's consistently putting your offers out there. It's consistently teaching people the grassroots stuff that they need to know in order to understand what the hell you're talking about all the time. It's consistency with your core message. What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to understand is your thing? What do you want people to automatically go, oh, I need a such and such. Oh, I know the person for that. What do you want that thing to be? It's consistently showing up in a frequency that works for you. Consistency is much more important than frequency. If you can't rock up and send an email every week, don't tell people you're going to send it every week and do it for 3 weeks and then fall off the bandwagon. It just doesn't feel right for anyone. If you can consistently send things once a month, if you can consistently do 3 posts on Facebook page a week, start there, do that. Once that's humming along, then you can amp it up and go to the next level. So consistency in your message and in your timing and the type of information that you're giving out and the type of delivery, and how you present and how you look, and this can, include your branding elements and that sort of thing as well, is super important across all of those impression points. So when you're thinking about your impression points from a client perspective, what sort of journey do you want them to take? Do you want them to see you on social media, sign up for something, get a freebie perhaps, then they go onto your emailing list, they go through that beautiful nurture sequence for that product that they've gotten or that service, whatever, and then to start nurturing them and educating them on all the beautiful resources that you've got, maybe share your best blog or send them to a webinar recording that got some really great engagement and kind of really showcased who you are and what you do. Maybe then you'll give them an opportunity to jump on a call with you and have a chat about their what's going on for them, what are their issues, and then they'll maybe do an introductory session with you, and then you want them to go into a bigger program, and then you blah blah blah. So you understanding what ideally you want people to, where do you want them to start and finish, or maybe not even finish, but continue on with you, makes decision making about how to put offers together and in what sequence to do things and how to plan all of your systems and that sort of thing a lot easier if you understand who you're serving. Yes, it has to work for you and your business, and that is absolutely paramount. But if it's not serving your clients and it's not making their process and their decision making easy, it's all for naught anyway. It doesn't really matter how great your systems are if it's not serving the people that you're trying to serve. So with that in mind, have a bit of a jot down. My action for you that I would love you to do is to just jot down, get a piece of paper and kind of mud map it out. They start here and they finish here, and these are all the things that are the logical steps in between. And often, yes, there are dotted lines and there are arrows going back and forth, but knowing what those dotted lines are and knowing what the arrows are and knowing who would take those dotted lines as opposed to just working through all of those steps is really important for you and your messaging as well. So take that out and check it out. There will be a webinar coming up shortly around mapping this out as well, but I want you to just start having a bit of an idea, having a bit of a play with what impression points do you currently have out there? Where are the gaps? Are there any impression points or any opportunities where you could be interacting and engaging with people that would be really, really helpful for them to understand who you are, what you do, and how they could work with you that's missing from part of that map? And that will give you a really great starting point to start plugging some holes as well. So I hope that makes sense. If not, please do let me know. Comment below or shoot me a message, shoot me an email, hello@clairebarton.com.au. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, we'll talk about this more really soon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.